from yourself?
Well, we lost. I think that's takeaway number one. I thought overall we played well. We played hard and executed for most of the game. Just, as a team, just a couple errors here and there that kind of cost us. And, we played a really good team. They were well coached, really good, played very hard, had a good scheme. I thought we played well overall, and just a few things that kind of kept us back. And, we got to be better this week. And that's what we've been working on this week, is correcting those errors and trying to play well on Saturday. And me, executed some and made some errors that cost us as well. So that's kind of how I feel about that.
You're confident that the offense you guys are running will work better this week against UTSA?
Yeah, I think we have some great stuff on offense. I think we executed most of the game very well, and we had a great plan going in. And, like I said, we executed most of it, and I thought it was great. And, we just came up short, unfortunately, against a really good football team. We've moved on to UTSA, and, we're ready for this Saturday.
And last thing, just tell me about, working multiple quarterbacks. I mean, Army's been doing that now for almost 3 seasons, and you've been part of that. Just what's it like having the multiple quarterbacks at UNT?
Yeah, I think it's a good dynamic. I think, in our offense, especially, it's physically demanding, mentally demanding, and to kind of split the workload up I think is good. Like you said, it's been effective for several years now, and I think it's good.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Joe?
Good afternoon, Cade. Joe Iacono with GoBlackKnights.com. How are you doing this afternoon?
Good. How are you?
Good. Hey, so Cade, you mentioned you guys need to improve some things and want to work on some things going into game 2. Specifically for you, what's been kind of your number one priority in terms of trying to improve between week 1 and week 2?
I think just our plan each week now. We're, if you don't understand offense by now, you're in trouble. So I think just each week, the way we kind of want to, kind of attack people, and the plan that Coach Davis and all his offensive coaches put together, and just honing it in and making sure that we're good with everything. I think that's the biggest thing each week now, is just narrowing it down and making sure we're good with the game plan, and making sure we can execute on Saturday. And that's what it comes down to, is, going in and executing the game plan, and, making no mistakes.
And follow-up and final question, UTSA, their run defense performed really well last week against Houston. They only gave up 3.2 yards per carry. Any specific challenges that you see with their defense that makes them really strong and a good team to compete against, in terms of, what you see they present for challenges for you guys?
Yeah, I think this is another well-coached football team, especially on defense. They're well-coached, they're intentional with what they do, and their personnel, I mean, they're really good. They're, they won 11 or 12 games last year and maybe won their conference. Just a tremendous team, and, all around really good, very athletic. We just we gotta execute our game plan and play well as a team and complement each other. And, it's in Mikey Stadium, and we're excited to play at home, and just, that'll give ourselves the best chance to win.
All right. Thanks, Cade.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go back to Ken and then to Sal.
Cade, you obviously made the start against UTSA a couple of years ago. I know it's ancient history, but does that help you with preparation for this game mentally?
I think playing in that game 2 years ago, I mean, it gave me the confidence. I wouldn't just say against this, this team as much as just knowing I can execute it at this level. That was a different team. That was 2 years ago. I think kind of a, same head coach, but a different staff on the defensive side. And I think, it just gives me confidence that I can play at this level, not necessarily against one opponent, but I think mentally it just helped me understand that I could still get it done, especially at this level.
Last year, Army won 4 games, lost 3 games, won 4 games. So you know what streaks are like. How important is it? How easy or difficult is it to get off the schneid?
I think that, when the rope starts to slip a little bit, you got to grab it and get it going in the right direction. Like I said, we moved on to this week, and momentum in the season is big, but we take it one game at a time, one practice at a time, and just try to get better each week and have the best plan we can have each week to go out and perform and execute to the highest level to give ourselves the best chance to win.
So the mood's been good this week?
I think so. Coming off a loss, usually that's when you have your greatest sense of urgency, coming off a loss to practice hard, be intentional, and correct the errors that got you beat the previous week. And I think we've done a good job of that this week, and just moving into the weekend, and we're excited to play at home and against a great opponent, and just go out and execute.
Thanks, Cade.
Thank you.
Sal?
Hey, Cade, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I just wanted to ask you personally, what does it mean to you to play at Mikey Stadium? How you feel about playing at Mikey Stadium?
Yeah, that's one of the most historic stadiums in all of college football. And it's a blessing for me to play in it and, be a small part of that history. That, the players that have played in it, the great coaches that have coached in it, and, to be in present day and continue that. I think for me that I'm a big, especially sports history guy, and obviously in Army football history, since I play here, it's just, I take great pride in it, and I know everybody in our locker room does, to honor that tradition and to try to play as well as we can play in that stadium. And, the core will be there, which is very exciting. They always bring great energy, and, the stands will probably be pretty full on Saturday, and, just excited to be in that atmosphere again.
Yeah, awesome. Just one other question we talked about the cohesion and the tightness of the quarterbacks with you and Tyre and Jamel and Bryson in the room. Is there something as a group that you guys talked about this week that maybe you guys wanted to lock in on?
I think just execution. Like I said, that's what it comes down to on Saturday. Everybody's emotional on game day on both sides. Everybody has the best plan they have to be able to execute and win a game. And it just comes down to who can execute better and limit the mistakes. And that's what we've harped on all week in the quarterback room, in the offensive meeting room. And as a team, is just, we have to complement each other better, and we have to play better and execute better. And that's what it'll come down to, and who can make fewer mistakes.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. That's all we got.